Welcome to the show that is a life hack. Chaotic commentary. Everything's on the table. Nothing is sacred. News, sports, politics, sex. That one time at band camp. You never know what you will get, but you will laugh, think, and be informed. Let's spend a little time with chaos.
Wow, it's been a minute, hasn't it? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're fantastic. Welcome to Chaotic Commentary. I am Chaos. I am the dude with the microphone in front of his face in every single Facebook degree that you could possibly imagine. And since I have the microphone in front of my face, everything I'm saying must be true. So my apologies for anybody who still subscribes to the feed. I have not put anything out in a while. This was the therapy session. This was the time that I got to sit down and just throw out anything that was on my mind. The other podcast has totally taken over, which has been great. It's phenomenal. Things are going well, but I miss you guys too. So let's talk a little bit. It's been about 8 to 10 minutes, possibly just me talking about stuff that's on my mind. The world, I'm going to talk about just some of the stuff that I find intriguing, and I don't get to take the time, I guess, to go on rants on Swipe Wrong, so I can kind of do it here about some of the swipes that I hear about. Man, there is some crazy stuff. Let me share a story with you guys that I think is pretty interesting, and I shared it on, it's called Dawn Versations podcast. I think that one's going to drop May 23rd or May 25th. One of the things that I do because of Swipe Wrong is there's a whole bunch of different Facebook groups that you can be in if you're, just kind of checking out stories and trying to connect with people who might be able to share stories. This situation happened, and it was kind of interesting. So I was in one of these groups just kind of scrolling through. And actually, no, I take it back. Somebody who's been on the show introduced me to this chat forum. And I forget what it was, like Divorced, Single, and Loving It or something like that, I think was the name of it. And so she sent me, she's like, hey, this kind of looks familiar to me. And she sent me somebody had posted something about somebody. And she's like, the way this person talks, I think I know who this person is. And she was talking about this woman had posted about somebody she was talking to, a guy that she was talking to. And he was kind of being she felt he was kind of being an arrogant asshole, and that she wanted to get insights from people in this group. And my friend was like, I think I know him. I really do. I think I know who he is. And so she followed this person's thread pretty closely just to see if there was any more information about it. Well, it ended up happening, and she this person ended up posting more screenshots of the conversation, and one of the screenshots she forgot to delete the person who she was talking to, their name, and she's like, I knew it was that person. I absolutely knew it. And she's like, okay. So she sent me this stuff, and I guess I feel like since I do this other show and just human nature, we got to look out for each other, right? And, the thing to do is to kind of take care of each other when we can. And the vibe I was getting from everything that was being posted was this person was new to the dating world, the online dating world. And I was like, well, I think I know a couple of things that might be able to help her out. So I looked up her information, I guess I just clicked on her screen name in Facebook, and it took me to where I could send her something in Messenger. So I went into Messenger, and I said, hey, I just want to let you know, I read your post. I'm sorry. Seems a little crazy. And in my head, there's 3 sides to every story. So I'm not sure, what the other side is, but I kind of have a good idea. The thing was about this person is I had recorded with this person who she was talking about no more than 4 days earlier. So the woman who posted about this other person, I had recorded an episode that's coming up on Swipe Wrong here in the next couple of weeks. So I had a pretty long, and this person's story, the who's on Swipe Wrong, is one of those where I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's a few that get me to drop my jaw. This one definitely gets me to drop my jaw. But so I kind of so I know this person too that they're talking about, but I don't know who the girl is that posted in the thread. So So to me, I'm like, this is intriguing. So I reach out to her, and hopefully hopefully if you're keeping score at home, and I know I'm sounding like I'm going all over the place. Let me recap. So a woman in a phone chat forum posts something about somebody else who I had a conversation with about swipe wrong a few days earlier. I don't know the person who actually posted it. There, now you're up to speed. So I reached out to her. I said, "Hey, it looks like you're kind of new to the online dating thing. Here's a couple of things that might help you out a little bit. There's these sites. One of them, it's called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And sometimes it's not just about are we dating the same guy. It's just some people might have some insights about that person if they post the name or the picture or something along those guys. Like, oh yeah, I went out with him, great guy, sometimes just talks this way, or great girl, or whatever, batshit crazy. At least you get a little bit more information. So I wanted to make sure to get that across, and then a couple other things that she could do as well. So I sent that to her, and then she didn't respond. And I was like, maybe she's not interested, doesn't want to, hadn't even seen it, actually, because, you can tell if they've read it or not. So I let it sit for about a good 3 weeks or so. And as it sits, I'm like, okay, interesting. So I want to make sure this girl has, any help that she could possibly get. So I'm like, well, I'll send her a voice message. Maybe that'll go through a little better. So I send her a voice message, which goes through, and immediately I get a message back that says, I didn't give you permission to contact me. Don't ever fucking contact me again. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. And she blocked me right then. And that's just to me, that was just so bizarre. Like, I can understand some people having a little bit of, or a lot of issue with somebody direct messaging them. Because women especially get so many direct messages about guys trying to hook up. I mean, really, the new dating app is DMs or PMs or whatever you want to call them. So I could see that. But if you read what I wrote, and it's true. There was nothing of any innuendo or anything along those lines, and she just freaked the fuck out. So it was kind of a bizarre situation that happened to me, to where I talked to this person she was referencing not too long ago, days prior. She goes in, jumps in, talks all this shit about this person. And I don't even say, hey, I agree, because I don't know that I do, to be honest. Especially with her reaction, she might have been a little bit over the top, or she might have had a whole shit ton of bad experiences, and her guard is up more than anybody's guard up possibly could be. So it's one of those, man. So that's kind of the realm of what I get to enter with some of the stuff on Swipe Wrong. So it's crazy. I had to share that on some forum. So I figured I'd share that here with you guys. So there's about 8 minutes of fun for you. Hopefully I'll be back soon. But in the meantime, remember how I ended? Just be good to each other.